Hi, this is Scott Ryfin from the My Star Wars Story podcast, and you're listening to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy. Now here's your host, Tim McMahon.
The last of the Jedi, will you be?
Hey, it's Tim. Now, in the last 3 weeks that I've been away from the show, I've also just been away from Star Wars. I haven't really been paying much attention to all the news that's going on. I haven't really read anything online. I haven't purchased any new Star Wars books in 3 weeks, approximately. And this has all led to a new feeling I have about Star Wars. Now, I have new thoughts about Star Wars all the time, but I have a new feeling about Star Wars. Bear with me here. In the 3 weeks I've been away doing other stuff, see yesterday's episode for details, Star Wars has gone on without me. And no, my ego is not so large that I would think that when my life gets paused, Star Wars needs to be paused as well. I'm not saying that. That's not my thought. But I oddly found comfort in the fact that Star Wars continued on in the last 3 weeks without me. Sure, nothing major happened. The Vanity Fair article came out with the new photos. That was pretty cool, but I can't think of anything else in the last 3 weeks major that has happened. I'm still trying to play catch up, but nothing major happened. No new trailers, no giant news, no announcements. But yet, people kept podcasting. Fan sites kept publishing articles. News sites kept publishing articles. Star Wars continued without me. And like I said, I found that oddly comforting. My new feeling for Star Wars is appreciation. I appreciate that it is a pop culture constant, now more than ever. I'm trying to wrap my head around why I'm feeling this way. I don't know. I really don't know. I've always joked that yes, Star Wars will outlive us all, and there will be new Star Wars stuff long after I'm gone, and you're gone, we're all gone. Well, maybe not all of us. Someone has to produce this, right? But the fact that I now have concrete evidence of this in my life, it was nice. It wasn't depressing. I used to get depressed thinking that, I'm going to miss out on Star Wars. But this time, this 3-week break, it was nice to come back to Star Wars. It was like coming home. I've often wondered if my enjoyment, my love of Star Wars is fandom or if it's an addiction. Like, I've often wondered, could I go cold turkey and not be the super hardcore fan that I am? That you are, that we all are. If I could just be one of those casual fans who says, oh, cool, there's a new Star Wars movie and goes to it. Who maybe pops in a Star Wars video game from time to time, but doesn't read all the books, doesn't keep up on the day-to-day news. And when I've asked myself this in the past, my answer has always been no, I'm an addict. I have to be on top of this stuff. And yet, when life ripped me away for 3 weeks from it, I didn't have cold turkey shakes. I wasn't jonesing for Star Wars. And that's kind of nice in its own way. All right, I don't know what the point of all this is today. I'm just sort of rambling. But I have to say, my appreciation for Star Wars as a constant in my life has grown. And in a weird way, I think my love of Star Wars has grown. Or at least gone to a different level. It's a whole different kind of love for Star Wars. All right, I'm going to shut up now because I'm rambling and this made sense in my head. It's not making sense coming out of my mouth, but I wanted to share it with you guys anyway. Let me know what you think. Is your love of Star Wars an addiction or is it something else? How do you feel about Star Wars being a constant in the world, even if you're not part of that world? And not to be morbid, but how do you feel about the fact that Star Wars will outlive you? I want to know. Email me at 12parsecs.podcast@gmail.com or connect with me on any of my social media accounts. All my links can be found on my website, 12parsecs.podcast.com. Thanks for listening. Utini!
Pass on what you have learned.
You've been listening to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy, part of the expanded Fandomverse network of shows. For links and show notes, visit our website, 12parsecsPodcast.com. Follow Less Than 12 Parsecs on Twitter at 12parpod, on Instagram at 12parsecsPodcast, on Tumblr at 12parsecsPodcast, and find us on Facebook as well. And please let us know what you think. Email us at 12parsecsPodcast@gmail.com.